Welcome, Transformer fans. My name is Composite Enerjoe, and today's review is on the Transformers War for Cybertron Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime with his truck and trailer mode. And here he is in his iconic G1 styled, inspired, based on whatever remake, reboot you use the phrase, alt mode, which is based on his iconic, obviously, 80 style Mac semi truck and trailer mode. I don't remember the exact model now, but that's what this is based on. And yeah, rolls quite well. And here it is. Looks very awesome. And you can separate the trailer and even have these little legs to put them on here. Oh, and what's that? Oh, there's somebody in there. Guess we'll find out later who it is. But yeah, the trailer does have its own little legs so it can, stand on its own. So, we'll talk about the trailer later. But first, let's get on with the big man himself. Here is Optimus Prime. You know him, you love him. You can't get enough of him because he has so many figures. So we have another Optimus Prime toy, but this, honestly, might be one of the best ones I've encountered. I think the only ones that would be better would be like the next step above this guy would honestly be a masterpiece. So yeah, it's really, really good. Nice details, like you can tell who this is. Very, very well done. This piece here can be removed because this is his, hold on, there we go. When I fold it out, as you can see, it's his iconic ion blaster, which I'm going to put off to the side. So you can store it here or under the trailer. So yeah, Optimus Prime. So let's get on with the transformation. I have nothing more to really say. What else is there to say? This looks spectacular. So, first things first, fold in these pieces, and then you start opening up a bunch of panels. Just so many panels to open. And then you carefully take out his arms, lift them up a little bit for, there we go, lift up. So, that one always gets stuck. So, lift up a little bit for clearance, and then you separate, like so. And then before doing that, before rotating, you take these little pieces here, fold them in, then you rotate, and then rotate that, fold, and fold in, like so. And then you don't need to fold down these pieces yet. This is like the easiest part of the transformation. So next up, you then come here, lift this up, fold in, fold in, fold in, fold in, and now that you have clearance, come in here, move the arms a little bit out of the way. Flip this up. Flip up his head. Fold this back in. And now you separate this like so. Fold this in like so. And then bring these pieces down, which will clip into place. Now we're almost there. Next up, his hands would be just fold this out to fold these out. Fold this out to fold these out. Hold on. There we go. Fold these out. And then you straighten out his legs, separate, and fold out, fold out, fold out, fold out. And here we have the big man himself. Let me adjust this a little bit. Optimus Prime in his G1 style form, robot mode, in his G1 style robot mode. And this looks spectacular. This looks really, really good. Honestly, I don't know if I said it, but this, honestly, I feel like the next step up would be a masterpiece figure. Like, that's what this feels like. This feels like a miniature masterpiece. That's how good this is, in my opinion. So, yeah, let's get a closer look at his head sculpt. And see if I can get his eyes. Yep, he has painted blue eyes. Very, very accurate face. Head is on a ball joint, so I'll just go from there. Arms can go 360, in, out, swivel, bend at the elbow, and this is an interesting feature. The hands not only swivel, but they open. They're also, in this piece, they're also molded in so he can hold accessories while not having to rely on the actual hand closing to hold it, which is very cool, and the other hand does the same thing. So, he does have a waist. These kind of block his movement a little bit, but he does have a waist. Legs can go out that far, forward, back. A little bit of a trouble there, but he does move it back. Swivel at the thigh, nice bend at the knee, and legs have a ankle, which is very cool. So he is very, very posable. I don't know if I can say it again. This is a fantastic Optimus Prime figure. He's roughly Voyager class sized, but yeah, very, very nice. So now we come to his accessories that is in the trailer. So we have this piece, his ion blaster, which he can store on his back, either like this, or if you really wanted to, like this as well. Just plug it in there. So he has it there. And obviously you can just have him hold it in his hand. Boom. And as you can see, he can still hold it even when his hand is open. So now we come to his other accessory, which is honestly very cool. I wasn't expecting this figure to have it. That's why I keep saying it looks like it feels like a mini masterpiece. And that is, I think, the reason why his hands are meant to open. Is that when you open his chest, there is a... Well, that was something. Yeah, he has a matrix of leadership. Yeah, that's not how I had it planned. But yeah, in his chest, he has the matrix of leadership right there. Nicely detailed. Very nicely detailed. All around. I think you can actually plug effect parts on this thing. On this side. And obviously he can, unplug his hands, hold it in his hands. But he's actually flexible enough where you can recreate the scene on the cover of the original movie. Yeah, the cover, because Optimus doesn't actually do this in the movie. It's Hot Rod who does this. I think people tend to forget that. Hold on, let me just get it. Let me get ready to go. Hold it. And then I just did this. Hold it. And there. So you can have Optimus holding it above his head. Like on the cover, like on the poster of the original movie. There you go. Like on the cover of the original movie, he can hold it over his head. But again, he didn't actually do this in the film. Remember, if you recall, he's kind of dead by that point. Well, spoilers, I guess, for those who didn't see the original movie. So yeah. So you open it back up and you pop this bad boy back in. Like so, and you close it back up. So that's pretty much it for the Optimus himself, for the Optimus figure by himself. So yeah. Awesome figure. Again, if you didn't realize it, this is an awesome, awesome figure. So yeah, let me put him up to the side so we can bring out his other accessory. The reason why he's a leader class, and that's this, because Optimus himself is basically a Voyager. But here's the rest of it, which is his trailer. And I mentioned earlier that there's somebody in here, so I want you to take a guess who this might be. So I'm about to open it. Once I open this, you have to like open it up, open the actual trailer a little bit to unpeg it. And then, oh, who could it be? And it's our buddy. Oh, surprise. It's our buddy Hubcap, the scout class from the 2010 Transformers toy line. So yeah, weren't expecting him, were you? So yeah, here's Hubcap, and as you can see, you can pretty much fit I think most scout class to legend class size figures into the trailer quite comfortably. And maybe some like smaller deluxes as well. Not all of them, obviously, but it'd have to be something around this size. So let's put Hubcap on the side and close this back up, and yeah. So it is a functioning trailer, funny enough. So now let's stand up the trailer in order to show off his what this thing can do. So fold this down. So you pop this open. I said you pop this open. And here we have I don't know what this is called, but it does come with this little piece here. Let me fold it down. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. Let me fold this down, fold out the arms. Here we have this little thing. Let me lift it up. So, and let me lift up the camera so you can see it. So, there's this thing. And I think I think this might be the battle platform part of it. But you can put Optimus on here. Like so, and there's that thing, that extension of the trailer on there. And this looks okay. I think this works better, hold on, when you put this on its side, like so. And then let's say you open up his chest, you open up the matrix part, like so. And then this is more of a repair bay. Now this part of the trailer is actually really cool. This I do like, where it replicates basically a repair bay instead of whatever that weapons platform thing was. So yeah, pretty cool. This thing's also articulated, has a swivel there, arms are on, and these arms are on ball joints. So it's very cool. So let me remove Optimus. Whoops. Pop back in that matrix. Close it back up. We can't lose that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the trailer. He doesn't do any... Oh, he does do two other things. And they're kind of neat. You can just sort of... Whoop. There goes my backdrop. Oh, well. Forget it. We'll just keep going with it. So yeah, this little part of the door you can take off. It fell. Whatever. I've gone too far. I've already. I'm almost done, guys. So y'all, I'll just keep going. So you can take off this piece, which has these little plugs in, and this is supposed to be a shield. So you can have this shield attached to Optimus, like so, and that's something that you can do. And this piece can also be taken off, like so. Hold on. Can be taken off. Let's close up the trailer. Hold on, there we go. So you can close up the trailer like so. So this I'm just going to put off to the side really quick, since the trailer doesn't really do anything else. You have this piece, which you can plug on his back. You give him an extra hand, I suppose. Like so. Which is very cool. It's very cool. So let me take this back off and take this back off. Okay. So that's pretty much it for the trailer. That's it for this thing. It doesn't do anything else. And here's like the other accessories. So before, let me just plug this back in. Come on, there we go. So let's just plug this back in like so, fold this in like that. Then you just close this back up and you're good to go. Now this piece I'm going to keep separate because I'm going to show off another character, so to speak. So, and it isn't Hubcap, don't worry. I'm not bringing back Hubcap I'm not bringing back Hubcap. He had his little cameo for the day. But I am going to show off something else. So Optimus here. And this goes with, I guess, the one complaint I have. Now, I've been singing praises for this thing the entire video. And I do mean it. I think this figure is spectacular. This is probably the closest thing we're going to get to a store-bought masterpiece that isn't a masterpiece. This is just that good. This is a very, very excellent figure. And I think the trailer is not bad, but I have one problem with it. I don't feel like there's enough with this figure to justify a leader class price. That's why I did this in the beginning of the video. If Optimus, hold on, I'm going to show and I'm explain where I'm coming from. If this Optimus was by itself, as is by itself with the Ion Blaster and the Matrix, and it was sold by itself as a Voyager, then I would say spectacular, amazing, 10 out of 10, go get it. It's like the best Optimus you'll probably ever get, especially if you're a fan of the G1 design. It's probably one of the best Optimus you can get without going into masterpiece territory. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. However, because they made it a leader class and they brought in the trailer, I will admit the actual vehicle mode looks spectacular. But the trailer, I feel that the trailer doesn't do enough to justify the leader class price point. Yeah, this little shield thing is cute, but to me, it's not Optimus. Like, I would have preferred if this was just a regular door and this was another accessory, like let's say his Energon axe. I think it would have been a lot better. Or if he had at least one more accessory. I feel that this thing needed one more accessory. And I think you all know what I'm thinking of. And that's a roller. Why didn't this come with either roller so that, you know, you can carry around this thing. Like, why do I have to buy Huffer to replicate someone else moving this thing around? Like, why not a little roller? They could have just shoved a roller in there. I would have preferred that over this thing. This thing's like okay, but it's like I would have preferred something else. Like everything is like you did. It's like great, and then the heck is this? You get where I'm coming from? Now I'm gonna go into even more detail as to why I feel like this thing, to me, doesn't do enough to be a leader class. This should have been a standalone Voyager, and maybe this thing, it didn't do enough. That's my complaint with it, and I think that goes along with the rest of the of this War for Cybertron line. I think my biggest complaint is that the leader class figures aren't really leader class figures. They're Voyagers with a bunch of accessories. Optimus here is no different. He's an amazing Voyager, but with subpar accessories. I think the one exception for that rule for me anyway is Ultra Magnus, since, you know, that makes sense. And it's, you know, Ultra Magnus. I didn't mind. I like the leader Ultra Magnus. That one doesn't bother me too much. Although he is kind of small for a leader class. But still, he's at least bigger than this. So yeah. This, I would have preferred something else. So to me, it needed one more accessory. And then I would have said, yup, it's 10 out of 10, best Optimus you can find, go get him right now. But I feel like, and maybe I'm by myself when saying this, I feel like he doesn't do enough to justify a leader class price. This, to me, doesn't do enough. And to explain where I'm coming from is that before this one, there was another Optimus that came with a trailer. Another leader class Optimus that was a Voyager that came with a trailer. And that is the Studio Series Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime. That came with movie Optimus, that came with Optimus, a Voyager Optimus, and his trailer. However, and this is the big however, that trailer came with a lot of accessories, blasters, axe, shield. It came with a lot of accessories. And it could transform into a proper weapons platform where Optimus figure can like stand inside of, and the pieces of that trailer could become his jet, what was it called, the jet wing mode that appeared in Dark of the Moon. So that trailer did a whole lot more. This thing just does two things. When you stand it up, it's the battle platform, I think, the battle station, and then on the back it's the repair bay, and that's it. So it would have been nice if Optimus here came with, I don't know, at least like an axe of some kind. Like some kind of axe. You know, like his iconic Energon axe. And maybe some kind of, I don't know, some kind of shield. Like if you really want to go the direction of a shield, then give him an actual shield to work with. Hold on. There we go. And give him some kind of actual shield. You know what I mean? It needed a little bit more. Then I could say this is probably the best Optimus you can buy that isn't a masterpiece. But he misses it because I feel he doesn't have enough accessories. Like, why does the Studio Series come with all of that? It's the same idea. But that one does a whole lot more. Why doesn't this one? And that's where I'm coming from, where I feel like this figure is almost perfect. I just feel like it shouldn't have been a leader class. This should have been a standalone Optimus, or have this thing do more, or give us more accessories. Like, I would have loved if this thing came with one more accessory, either an Energon axe or the or roller, which I think I would have liked more. And you can just plug this in here. Hold on. How did I do this? And that's why I kept it. You can actually connect it to this thing and roll around. That would be like a little knuckle duster. Oh, and if you're wondering who these are, I did a review of him. He's Taraxodon, a battle master from Siege. And this little guy is something new. As you can see, he has a connector port there. This guy is actually new. So I'm just going to review him in this video, since I don't think he needs his own review. He doesn't do much. This here is basically a shield. This is a Slitherfang. This is the War for Cybertron Earthrise Battlemaster, Slitherfang. And here he is in his shield mode or street mode. Like he's basically a little platform. But yeah, this is his shield mode. As you can see, and you can connect it with these other ports for extensions, or in the case of Optimus here, as an extra shield piece, which is cool. I like that at least with this thing I'm able to do that. Again, I'm not complaining. What I like about the War for Cybertron, what I do like about it is the sort of modular nature of the characters. I do like that they can, you know, connect with each other. It's pretty neat. So we have Slitherfang here in his shield mode. Let's get him in his robot mode. Just fold up, bring this down, adjust, 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 and flip out his tail. And that's it. This is Slitherfang in his snake mode, which has little treads on it for some reason. It's kind of neat. But yeah, Slitherfang. Swivel there, hinge there, hinge there, hinge on tail, and hinge is on his head. And that is it. That is all that Slitherfang does. To be honest, I feel that Earthrise kind of had some really, at least the original ones, like the two I think they had that weren't re-releases, they weren't great. I'll admit Slitherfang is kind of neat, but, you know, because he's a snake. You don't see snakes too often. Let me transform him back. Transform him back, and let me take off Taraxodon and put these away. So, Slitherfang. Oh, he also comes with this one effect part. Excuse me. So he does come with his one effect, like explosion part. So he's like blocking a blast. And that's pretty much it. That's it for him. So let me get this back and plugs it back in. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. And close this back up and leave it there. So yeah, that is where I'm coming from with this figure. Where I feel that leader-wise, he's not worth it. If he maybe can, he's like just shy of being worth a leader class price. So I honestly recommend getting him if he's like a little cheaper. Or if you really like what you see, then go get him. I still think he's an amazing figure. Like, I am not detracting. This figure is honestly spectacular. It's amazing. But I feel that for what it is and what we've had before, he either could have been a little bit bigger or had come with at least one or two more accessories. Like, you get what I mean? Like, why does the Studio Series one has an Optimus with a trailer that does like a whole lot more? Then why does the G1 style one doesn't do that? Like, would it have killed them to at least add an axe or, again, a roller? I think would have been fantastic, since you had everything else. That's like the one thing missing, is that he needed just one more accessory. But I do like that at least with these Battle Masters, you can kind of replicate that. It's neat. So yeah, overall, not a bad figure, not far from it. Honestly, this is basically as close as you can get to a non-masterpiece masterpiece as you can. This thing is spectacular. If you like G1 Optimus, check him out. He is fantastic. And yeah, he's great. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers War for Cybertron Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime with his trailer, and as a bonus, the Battle Master Slitherfang. I'll put that in quotation somewhere. So Slitherfang was a little bonus in there too. And he's great. Oh, and to mention it, the little paper fell down too. But yes, please check out my special persons at check out their Instagram, which is at Steph Bartolome, which you saw earlier in the video. You know, it's in the background. At Steph Bartolome, please check out her Instagram. It's very, very important. She's very special to me. Please, please, please check that out. And also my Instagram, which is at Enerjoe7. That's mine if you're really curious, but please check out hers. So yeah, he's great. He's amazing. Again, I wish he came with a couple more accessories, because to me, it doesn't justify his price point. Oh, and a side thing, in terms of G1 style Optimus, this is only my second favorite. My favorite, hands down, and this is going to sound weird to some of you, my favorite of the G1 style is actually the Leader Class Power of the Primes Evolution Optimus Prime, where he's an Orion Pax that combines with his trailer to become Optimus Prime. That one is my favorite of the G1 style. I love that figure. But I will say that that one had a not so great alt mode, which this one does have an amazing alt mode. So yeah, awesome figure. This has been my review of him. This is Composite Enerjoe signing off. Peace out and be safe.